Hey guys, Mike here for Insidethelaxhelmet. Just want to start off with something real quick and easy, try to get a few videos out there and see what you guys think. This one's going to be on goalie warm-ups. So let's start off, who am I? I'm Mike. I've been a goalie for 12 years, so I play in college right now, finishing up my senior year. I made NCAA All-American my freshman year. I went to Japan and South Korea last summer with Team USA West Lacrosse to play out there. I've done countless camps, both attending as a player and coaching. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. I've just been around long enough that I've picked up enough little hints and tips here and there. What is warm-up? So before a game or before practice, warming up is taking some shots from your coach or a player, whoever your good warm-up guy is, and make sure you find the warm-up guy. And it's just to get warmed up. So why do we do them? Well, we do it for the same reasons that maybe a quarterback throws a couple passes before a big game. It gives you a chance to get back into the motions. So not only are you getting back into the motions, but it also stresses those fundamentals, kind of wakes up your muscles a little bit, and it simulates every type of shot that you might see that day. So it simulates, you know, if it's going to go top right, you get to practice top right before the day even starts, bottom left, bounce shot, all that good stuff. So let's start off with how other people might do them. And then I'll tell you a little bit about how I do them, and this is how I suggest that you do them. First of all, some people just start shooting. It doesn't matter where they're aiming, they'll just say, goalie, get in the goal, and I'll take some shots on you, and hopefully get warmed up. Not the greatest idea. My approach is to get a layered system to where first you get your arms moving, then you get your body moving, the legs moving, then you're bending over. It builds one on top of the other. As opposed to just shooting, you're not really stressing any certain fundamentals at all. You're just trying to get to where the ball is. Other people do 10 zones. So if you look at the goalie at the cage and you split it up just like a Rubik's Cube or a tic-tac-toe square, how there's 9 sections. You got top right, top middle, top left, center right, center center, center left, bottom right, bottom center, bottom left, and then finally bounce. So there's your 9 plus 1 bounce, gives you your 10 sections. So that's good, but having 9 sections, it specifically stresses, okay, this top part of the screen here is where you're aiming, and I'm only going to be able to save from right there. I want to be able to save all along the top, as opposed to just that one, and then just the middle, and then just the top left. Okay, so I want to, in order to simulate that, you got to really, get shooting on the entire top side, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So here's how I do them. First of all, the coach or the shooter or whatever is standing 10 to 15 yards away. Why 10 to 15 yards? Because in any basic defense, I don't care who you are, what level you're playing at, 12 yards is key. A 12-yard arc away from the goal is what a goalie should be able to save every shot every single time. If your goalie can't save a shot from 12 yards, then there's no point in running any defense at all, because the whole point of your defense is to protect the inside and force those outside shots for turnovers. If your goalie can't save those shots, he shouldn't be a goalie. 10 to 15 yards, so you're kind of going in and out, and then also, obviously, circling the goal, just rotating around that radius out in front, and this is going to work on the goalie's positioning, which we can talk about later, but if the ball's straight out in front of the goal, then you're going to be in the center of the goal. That way you take up the most area. Ball's off to the left, you're off to the left, off to the right, off to the right. The 5 positions of your arc. Okay, so let's talk about how many shots you should be taking. Should be about 5 to 10 shots in each zone and move on. And what are my zones? So 4 zones, pretty simple: high, hips, low, and bounce. So you're going to take 5 to 10 shots high, 5 to 10 shots at hips, 5 to 10 shots low, 5 to 10 bounce. If you have a problemed area and you want to work on one more, specifically I highly recommend bounce shots. You should probably take 10 to 20 as opposed to 5 to 10. So what exactly do I mean by high, hips, low, and bounce? High is going to be about chest and above, say nipple line, sorry, and it really gets your arms active and gets your body starting to warm up a little bit, so that's why you start high. And then you go hips. Hips are about chest, again, to knees. So it's this entire middle part of your body, and it's going to get your arms moving. You're going to start stepping, which is really key. And if you happen to be taking shots off stick side, off your hip, there's that certain area right about, I would say, the bottom of your rib cage that a goalie could either bring his stick over to make the save, or he would have to bring his stick under to make the save. It's the same exact area, and by taking those shots off hip, off the bottom of your rib cage, you really get a feel for what the ball is going to look like if I need to save it over top, and what the ball is going to look like if I need to save it under bottom. So there's your hips range, and then finally low is going to be knees down to your toes. So anything getting real down low, this is going to be great for getting your legs moving. You're starting to finally bend your legs. So we got our arms moving, then we got our body in steps. Now we're actually bending our knees and getting down low, following that ball the whole time. So the fourth one is going to be bouncing. So everything from low to high. So I want those low bounce shots, I want those high bounce shots, and it's really going to get you acquainted not only with stepping continuously now, and really getting back into the motions like you were a couple days ago or yesterday, but it's really going to get you acquainted with the ground you're working with. So if you are playing on a turf field, it's going to be a little bit bouncy. You're going to see consistent shots in the way that they rise as they come off the ground. If you're working with a solid, dirt field, it's going to bounce a lot harder and the balls are going to go a lot higher. And then finally a grass field is going to have so many bumps and inconsistencies. You're going to really have to work on stepping to the ball because those shots are going to bounce either high or low, and you really got to cut off the angle. So with that, as you work through those 4 positions and then you finally do all over at the end, make sure that you gradually increase speed when you go all over. A lot of coaches, a lot of guys will say, okay, you're good high, you're good hips, good low, good bounce, okay, let's go all over. And then they just start cranking them out as fast as they can. Not what you're supposed to be doing. So you can't go from 75 to 100. You have to go 75, 78, 83, 85, whatever, and work your way up and gradually increase speed. That way the goalie can adjust to it while still making those same motions, because it's really important for you to get in your mind, what motions I have to make in order to make what safe. Something to stress about either practice day versus game day. Practice should take anywhere from, I would say, 10 to 30 minutes to warm up. It's really going to be draining for your body, and that's good because it's going to get you used to the training. On game day, though, you should be warming up for, say, 5 to 10 minutes because you don't want to get your body too tired. You're already used to the motions. All you have to do is wake back up, get your arms moving, get your body moving. And again, this is all preference. So a lot of guys like to do warm-ups every day, 5 to 10 minutes. That's okay. Game day, make sure you only do 5 to 10 minutes, but there's got to be those certain days where you go balls to the wall, you go as hard as you can for a solid 10-30 minutes. You've got to be able to do that because you're going to see that much in a game. You got to be ready for that long of amount of time. So if you're not in the ready position the whole time because you haven't been warming up for a long amount of time, so your legs aren't used to all the strain from standing in that ready position at all times, you might become overtired. So a couple last things that I might want to stress is that, first of all, this is goalie time. Goalie warm-up is goalie time. It's not for the shooter to score some goals. So if you get someone who's trying to score on you and get you and not giving you the shots that you need, kick them out. Get someone else. Secondly, find someone who kind of has a standard shot. I know it's kind of weird, but don't get somebody who's going to shoot directly from the shoulder every time. You want somebody who's got that consistent warm-up, boom, and shot. If you need more time, take it. It's goalie time. It's not practice time. A lot of guys will stress, warm up your goalie before practice even starts. That's great. A lot of guys also warm up the goalie during line drills. Either way, still works. Make sure you get in your time and take the time that you need, because you will know when you're warming. Do it every day. Practice makes perfect. Do it every day. Well, 2 final things. A lot of coaches will do the 2 people to warm the goalie up, where they're going from the left side to the right side, so the goalie works on positioning. That's great. That's more of a drill. That's a drill to work on footwork. That's not a warm-up. Finally, you're a goalie, so let's keep your confidence up. Even the best goalie in the world still gets scored on. We're defense. We have the disadvantage. The offense has the ball in their stick. They know where they're going to put it, and then we have to see where they're trying to put it. Best goalie in the world still gets scored on. So keep your confidence up. Hope this video helped. Hope you got at least a little bit of information out of it. Try it, try this style of warm-up. Go high, hips, low, bounce, all over, rather than those different 10 sections. And make sure that you can save the ball from 12 yards. Have a great time. Practice, practice, practice. See you guys later. This is Mike for Inside the Lax Helmet.